Yo, Famaste. This is about pre-phone rituals that I started at the beginning of the year. In January, I wrote out a whole list of things that I was gonna accomplish before touching my phone, and it was really good to start with. But the only thing was, it was taking me about 2 hours sometimes to do it all, and it was fine before Phoenix had to go to nursery. And then the first day that she had to go, I had to take her to nursery in the morning. The whole thing completely changed because I didn't have so much freedom to do it. I had to make up a new one, which is a much more condensed version. And this pre-phone wake up ritual that I'm doing now from February is like as little as possible, but while still getting big effects. So it's all the things that I've found for myself to be really like real boosts in the morning to really get the things going, and the order I do them as well. And I've been doing this at the times when I've got it correct, and that has not been every single day, but I am aiming and practicing it, and the feeling I get of completing it really motivates me to organize it and structure it so that I can do all this. The first one is when I wake up in the bed and I'm still in bed, make the first thoughts that I'm creating, that I'm generating, are gratitude. I count things that I'm grateful for. So for me, easiest, I'm looking at the Phoenix and I'm just giving thanks for family, giving thanks for the house, giving thanks for my body, and I just like start to go on a little freestyle, a little gratitude freestyle in my mind, not even out loud. And then I sit up and I do this chant. I do chanting practice before I even get out of bed. And my personal one right now is repetition of a ancient mantra from India, from yoga, for invoking the power of an elephant. It's called the Ganesh mantra. It goes Om Gan Ganapataye Namaha, and there are infinite numbers of different mantras, and anybody can have their own personal mantras, or whatever language or sounds or something, or even just Om or some kind of tone singing. But I find that when I activate my voice before, I can talk a little bit with them, but I'm even practicing that those sounds be the first one. It opens up my voice, and I pray, and I tune in for the personal thing that I'm working on, clearing obstacles with this elephant power. And you can have specific ones for different things as well. So if there's an issue or an area that you want to transform, find something that relates to that, and find something that's positive and transformational that you can say, and let that create a vibration in your body. And I feel it when I'm doing these. When I do it, it's like I'm connecting with this elephant power, and it's setting me up, and it only takes me 2.5 minutes anyway to do. So it's a very achievable thing. And then I do breath work while I'm, even before I've got out of bed, or even sometimes just sat on the edge. And I do this. Was very become very popular now from the man Wim Hof, my guy. Wim Hof. It's 3 rounds of breathing as deep as you can for 30 breaths. Yeah, breathing as deep as you can 30 times, and on the last one, fully exhale, hold the breath out. And as I do accelerate it even more to make it faster and more achievable, I accelerate it by vacuuming my stomach. So you fully exhale, and then you practice sucking your guts up. The volume of your lungs decreases, you make space for the organs to go up and in, and then I do this, squeeze the pelvic floor, press the tip of the tongue against the roof of my mouth, roll my eyes up and inwards, and hold and squeeze to make it to make the moment when I need to breathe come faster. Because to do the whole thing can sometimes take 20 minutes to do this, but when I activate it, within sometimes 20-30 seconds, the whole body goes into increased state of circulation, and helps release healthy adrenaline into your system, boost your immune system, and there are many, 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 many benefits about this. If you're interested, look up the Wim Hof method. There are hours and hours and hours of lectures online about all the wonderful benefits of just doing this breathing, and I feel it. So I do 3 rounds of this, and I can do within about 5 minutes now. And then I get out, and then first thing I go for is drinking the water, and I have another one tip with the water. This is something I started doing towards the end of last year as well. I got one of these bottles online for like £8 off eBay or something, and I put some words that I really like to do with it: vitality, energy, zen, clear, fresh, balanced, love, harmony, avatar. Those are all words that I want to be, that I want the water to be absorbed by. And I have this full at the beginning of the day, and I start this. It's a good way to gauge. This is 2 litres, so that I know that I've already drunk this much. I've already drunk 1.5 litres by midday exactly today, and it's a good visual way of gauging, of seeing how much water you've drunk, so you can stay hydrated. I'm aiming to drink at least 2 litres of water. I feel different. I feel so much better. I know I feel so much better when I drink a lot, and this is one of the things that helps me. So I go to this, I glug a whole load of this down, and then with facts, I don't glug it, but mindful glugging of this down, and then I go to the shower, and cold shower. The amazing wake up of a cold shower, and try and do about a minute in that. I rub, massage all the areas that I put the water on, and that's a massive wake up. And then I come out, get dry, put some clothes on, and then the next things I go into is the 5 Tibetan rites of rejuvenation. And like the Wim Hof method, there are loads of there's loads of information about these, the guided ones you can do. There's even one with me and Tim we did in Wales a few years ago, and yeah, check it out. I'm going to do another video now that it's going to be the guided 5 Tibetans and asanas, postures practice that I do. But they are really to the point, especially the first one is spinning round like this. You do 21 spins round, and this particularly seems to have, it does have for me, a very interesting, it's a very individual effect that I don't experience from other things, in the whole realm of exercise and CrossFit and martial arts and yoga and all these things that are. This is not a very often, commonly performed exercise, but I find it really, really powerful. They describe it. This, the tradition that it comes from is that it's opening up your energy channels. So spin around 21 times, and then the next one is one's for the core, lying on your back, lifting your legs up. But it's mainly getting the core working, getting your powerhouse here, solar plexus. Once you get that ticking, it's like each of these things contributes to the next one, and once you complete one, the next one will feel easier. So it's like starting with the most important and then kind of going through. This is kind of a sequence that I've worked at, and there's all kinds of other sequences, and there are all kinds of things that can happen in between this as well. Like my daughter needing something, wife needs something, There's all sorts of other things, but these are like the minimum that I can definitely know that I've got time for. The 5 Tibetans can take me like 5 minutes now. And so lifting the legs, bowing up and down, pushing the hips up and down, and up dog, down dog. And they really get to the point. You can do hours of vinyasa flow and movement and dance and all this stuff, and it's brilliant. But I just want to get my aim with these is to get my body up and circulating and vibrating as best as possible quickly before I have to leave the house and before I touch my phone. Because what I've noticed that I was doing is, if I touch my phone and then there's a message and I check a message and then I'm thinking, I try and reply to messages in the moment that I see them, so that they don't go into a list of messages that I've got to reply to later. So sometimes you start replying to a message and then that's something else, and and then all of a sudden the energy there's energy that we absorb from the phone. That's like it makes the other kind of things harder. And if you then try and leave the house before you've done all those things, you can end up midday before you've done something like really nourish yourself and get yourself in a high vibration, and you can kind of carry that throughout the day. Whereas if you do set the intention to do all this stuff before you touch on the phone, you kind of meet the world. But I've already set and aligned and balanced and strengthened myself. I'm inspired to give a shout out to the guy who inspired me with this. Years ago, Les Brown is a wicked motivational speaker, and it's been a while since I heard him. But I've gone through phases of listening to his talks, and I find him really powerful, big, heart-centered man, sharing passionately about shooting for what you dream. What's he say? Shoot for the stars. You might miss, but you'll land on the moon or something like that. It's beautiful. But he says it's the first time I heard him say it. Before he sees any external news or any messages or anything, he was saying he has his ritual. He prays, he meditates, he exercises, he meditates, and then like once he's established that strength and peace and balance, harmony within himself, then he'll look at a newspaper, because it's so intense. Like all the information that we're getting from the news and stuff is so intense, and it's like kind of strengthening yourself and getting yourself ready for what you might see, for what message you might come. You might get a message and that it's instantly you're involved in that message, and that's a whole new thing. But it's like if you can just delay that moment. This takes me 15 minutes or so, but it makes such a difference to my day. So I do the 5 Tibetans, which are like flowing, flushing, circulating exercises, brings the whole body into like feels super awake then. And then I do what I've learned as called the Maha Asanas, the great poses. Maha is great, asanas, poses. The great poses. I go to headstand. I go straight to headstand, bring my awareness to my crown chakra, visualize crown shining, and then I go to, and I hold them. It's more like the efficiency of each pose. Not it's not so much how long you hold it. It's about how efficient you are, and the quality of the time you spend, the intensity of the time that you spend in the pose. So 10 breaths done with like absolute concentration and focus and internal energy lock, bandhas, pelvic floor, core, tongue, ujjayi breath, eyes, visualization, crown chakra. 10 breaths in that, boom. I feel that activate crown chakra. Then I go to Cobra, and like I said, I'll do a video where I explain all these. But Cobra for all the back bends, forward bends, stretch out the whole back, do the spinal twist, do a shoulder stand, a plow, anchor, and then sit in, go for a lotus or a seated pose, and do some mind work. I just got this new word for myself, mind work. You heard of breath work, you heard of workout. Now I think of mind work. So concentration practice. Because I was just about to write meditation, but it's not really meditation. It's concentration. What I'm going to aim to do is concentration, which is something you can do with your focus on your concentration. Apply your mind and concentrate. I've practiced just on the breath. Practice just breathing on the breath. Now this is where it depends on what's happening on the day, how much time you've got, and if you are free, you got a day of, however long you want, this can carry on. But I'm gonna aim for at least a minute, and then with more time, 5 minutes, just sat, just observing the breath, just practicing, like sharpening a knife. And then from that one, then I go to what the other word I've just made up, heart work, metta, sending love out to all beings. And then I make my breakfast, and then I open my phone. And when I do that, it's a really good way to set up my day. And if anybody gets benefit from that, I hope so. And I hope to see you. I see you. Namaste. Thank you.